Will Renba be waiting for us here in the center of the storm?
The hopper fired, and for a moment I was gone. Not aboard the Nightingale, not on the moon beneath. It could have been a heartbeat or an hour. But I didn't feel the cold until I reappeared.
A pile of rocks, mistress, smashed together by the waters. Taste for places like this. I wonder why. Perhaps he did not like people. This way, then. Nothing over there. I hope you'll be pleased to see us. Do you think we will find him? I prefer to believe that we will. I would like to meet him again. To see if I can remember him at all. Perhaps Renba is waiting for us just around this corner. We can hopper him back to the Nightingale, and this chapter of my life will be done. Perhaps, mistress. We can only hope. I guess it's kind of unfortunate that I had only just gotten done, like, rewatching all of, my Disco Elysium playthrough, which has fantastic writing, and
Here, in the middle of the hurricane,
most of what we're seeing here is just very basic, very, very basic dialogue, which is unusual in a game that's about language. I would have thought it would be
wooden beams, mud brick walls, shutters.
more, I don't
Large
know.
enough for two families to argue over. It would have been measly on Iox and grand on Elbereth. But here, it was impossible.
Someone built this? Buildings do not occur naturally, mistress. Oh, I guess I have an idea that it was built around that time because of the architecture? Who knows? Blocked with rubble and ruin. This whole place must be slowly peeling away from the cliff. Perhaps you might forego going inside. I could vault over the wall here. Please, mistress. The floor beyond would only give way beneath you. The floor looks like stone to me, Six. So it is heavy and more likely to fall. Maybe that's what happened to Renba. He fell through a hole in the floor. You see any other way in? Neither do I. Oh, I can... Alright. Floor seems solid enough. He was a ghost the whole time. Should have known. Robots are always ghosts.
The ghosts were still here, cooking, reading, doing whatever ghosts do. The house was empty,
Calculating.
but it hadn't been abandoned.
Let's see what's up here. Ruin and rubble. What will this place sell you? No one would live here. They couldn't. Oh! Something wedged here. An aged page covered in algebraic calculations from the robot ghost. The margin has been painted on too. I doubt it's a single word. Ancient scribes didn't always trouble to put in their spaces. I don't think they expected the writing to be read. My translation, jewel, has to be wrong. Nobody calculates jewels. Well, tick mark is definitely of, even though it could have been and. It could have been a lot of things. Let's try something. What's a page, I guess I'm gonna say. What was the other thing that said jewel? Where I used jewel? I'll say strength because it's more generic. Too big to be word. If that's live, then maybe this is harvest. Is this related at all? I feel like just putting in not like if you that will do for now. It's almost like you might as well get the wrong answers so that they get eliminated later. We don't know what the Empire, which help us to locate where this is made. Ghosts Wake, is that where we are? I guess that's where we are. Nani kore? Quite different than the rest of the building for some kind of telescope, but the position and bearings are fixed. The material on this is totally wrong. Is it metal? Rubber? Looks like something Oroi might have built. Just remember to ask her about it. And there are scratches in the top here. Something fitted inside the frame and was removed by force. What kind of structure? A plinth inside. Looks like a shrine. Might help me date this place. Figure out what it's supposed to be. Did you take something, Jonichi? If so, what was this stand meant to hold? Is that smoke? There's definitely smoke. Renpa? Are you here? Renpa! I don't think that would work. Right? An inscription. It's old, barely visible. Scratched into the plaster. Oh, wow, it's crazy long. I know one of these words. I'll have to guess the others. Whoops. Oh, that's... If you click on one of those... Oh. I chose this translation for a reason. Let's see if I can remember what it was. What's a complicated concept? Stranger, sure. And what would you put above the bed? Strangers smiles. Do not. I wonder if this thing is supposed to mean like person. See. It doesn't mean blind. Blind wasn't an option, so it has to mean see. Stranger smiles do love begin, smiles of birds move is not seen. This is a beautiful example of the script. Pity I barely understand it. The angle is interesting too. Scratched by someone lying down. Hardly comfortable. Whoever built this place wasn't worried about making it cozy. Oh, there's the robot. It is good to see you intact, mistress. Don't lie. How'd you get down? I could not climb over the wall, so I drove myself off the cliff edge. Once I had dug myself out of the sand, I found a door. Now you understand why I keep losing robots. They're always doing stupid stuff like that. This door is jammed. Or if it might open. Okay. A very loud mural on the wall. Swirls and flows. These are rivers. The detail. Who lived here? Who drew this? These look like the rivers of Ghost's Wake. This must be where the page came from, but no one goes to Ghost's Wake. Is there an inscription? It seems so. More characters. This one is a phrase run together. So there's a place that we call Ghost's Wake, and this may be their name for it. Truth home. Truth of home. Home truth. It's definitely a map. Not of this place. Somewhere else. Slip through here. Abandon the robot. I'm finding it exhausting. You'll cope somehow.
In the yard behind the house, there were tools. Plots of earth, washing hung out to dry. It was like the owner had slipped inside for a quick rucker before they came back to chop more wood. Someone had been building a life on this miserable rock.
Or the house was teleported here. Sticks are all but petrified. It can't even rot out here. There's something cut into it. Just writing on trees. Marker of lashed sticks. You have to guess the whole thing. Aperture? No. We need an and, right? Something needs to mean and. Begin strong and peace. What is this? Not a statue, not a device. Not a weather vane or a moisture catcher. Shrine. Enough spaces for offerings. A grave. Shape the position away from the beds, sheltered. So someone died here. Someone else buried them. But not Renba, who is far older than that. A necklace. What are these things? Shells? Flat beads. Ceramic? I'm not sure. Robin Graves. Now it's a He-10 stream. Actually, no. Did I do much grave robbing in my other games? Bone dry. Overdrug the grave believed in the loop, like they do in Onyx. The Loopists say that to be reborn, a soul must return to the rivers. Burying someone prevents them from coming back. It's the worst thing you can do to your enemies. Oh, interesting. Garden beds. Something must have been able to grow here once. Though I can't see how. The smoke must be Renba. He's can't. What? Don't know how I concluded that from an empty garden, but I did. You found a grave, mistress? Why would they even have a word for grave? Like, if they thought that you weren't supposed to bury dead people, why would they even... It has been sometimes... I mean, unless, you know, like she was saying, if they would... You bury your enemies, like... We went to war, and we hate your country so much that we don't want you to reincarnate. Too old or too ill to climb back upstairs, so they made a bed down here instead. Someone died right here, mistress. You're sure? Did you scan for it? The evidence is minor but significant. A person lay on the floor here for some time after death. Renba? No. Whoever died here died scores of years ago. The lack of moisture on this moon has preserved the traces. But they are old. The person buried outside? I would think not, mistress. That person was buried. The person who lay in state here was only removed recently. You saying Janiki took them? What remained of them? Someone did. And then ate them. That's horrid. Why would he do that? I am unsure, mistress. Something must have led him to this place. There must have been something here that he needed. Ooh, we've put a lot of skill points into jump to conclusions. A fire poker. Worth anything? Unlikely. It is old iron. There's an inscription. This one is several words. Even though this doesn't have anything to do with water. This is a fireplace. Or a hearth. It's a word for water. Short and simple and almost a pictogram. Oh, no, I guess she's decided on it. Those aren't the symbols for defense at all. Oh, yeah, it's the same element thing. Alright, so this can be fire. Even though it looks like lightning. Ever! Hello! Water goddess blesses fire? I don't think she does that, though. Also, she has yet to confirm that goddess is correct. Right? Or no? Oh, no, I guess we have confirmed. Okay, so water goddess does something to fire. Tells the fire? Oh, over fire? Over, like, high? Water is better than fire? Water beat fire in the Super Bowl? This is a fireplace, after all. Perhaps they were afraid of it burning the house down. The house had been built right up against the rock face. Must have been cold here. Whoever lived in this place would have kept their fire burning constantly. Wonder what they did for wood. Interesting. Beautifully made. Much nicer than everything else here. I estimate it to be hollow. There's something inscribed on the lid. Might be a clue as to what's inside. No. It's the other way around. Whatever's inside is going to be a clue to what the inscription is. Who hired this woman? a lot of because I always do that when when I upload videos is I'll watch through it so that I can see if anything was said and hide, or just so I can remember what was going on in it. And yeah, the conversation time where you guys are like, oh yeah, we say it's 15 towards 3 when it's 2:15. Like, you guys need help. You need serious help. Treasure, of course. Treasures of enormous. Yeah, look at that. All 3 of those mean big, right? It's like big of big. Flow? Quarter towards 3, whatever. Mary was most excited by this find, mistress. Whatever proves to be inside. I will keep it for myself. Valuable finds, mistress? Of course she must be told. Why do you suppose I am here? Why are you here? I shoot you in the face. We have to get it open. I think it's a reliquary. A place to put your belongings when you die. The idea is you get them back when you return. That's what the loopers say. Is that what the Bruce Will... I missed the context of why somebody mentioned Bruce Willis. That must be why, because of the looper. Brooch. I don't know how it's pronounced, actually. It could have been brooch. Also, I missed what they said. The German. I didn't know 15, 16 were Germanic. What do you believe? Miari believes it. I'm not sure what I believe. Perhaps you require more evidence. No.
After the dead air of the house, it was good to see.
Oh, because the robot was a ghost the whole time. All right, so we got that, and we have Looper. We've found one interesting artifact here, the page. We've also pinpointed one new location of interest, the site from the mural. Suggest we return to Minar and tell her our fears about Renba. Not just yet. Let's check out the smoke. I don't know who lived here, who died here, what happened to Renba. Or can I not go any farther? The smoke is this way. It's a ship. I mean, it was a ship. Can we be sure this was Janiki's ship? The circumstantial evidence is very strong. Did someone blast it from the sky? Really, mistress? That seems speculative, to say the least. To say the italicized least. What could do that? Eagles are supposed to breathe fire, aren't they? There are no eagles, as you well know. Evidently, it exploded from attempting to rise from the surface. The mangled pieces rained down at high velocity, ricocheted, and buried themselves in the dust. Does he have... I brought a robot that has a very high visual calculus roll. Renba didn't hop her down. He landed his boat. Tried to. Or else he wasn't able to return. Explosive propellant. I suspect Master Renba attempted to detonate himself off the surface of the moon. It's a good idea. I wonder why Renba didn't use a hopper to get down here. Landing his ship must have been almost impossible. Mary told us he had no robot with him. The fire here must have burnt up a lot of air. The remaining atmosphere is thin, Mistress. Still, I believe the fire was extinguished before it consumed the whole ship. Presumably the ship was still burning as it fell. This was the hull. It must have been an explosion. Yeah, like as... I mean, it's hand-drawn, which is neat. It's an interesting art style to go, Oh, he's saying no, he's definitely dead, huh? So what do we do now? Return to Ix. That's... You keep saying to do that all the time. I suppose. I always assumed we would find Renba. I assumed. I don't know. I think the other people that we've met also have the red splotches, so I think that's supposed to just be what they look like. I thought he was expecting us somewhere. Perhaps you can take the matter up with Renba in his next life. Oh, good idea. Poor Mayari. I'm sure she was hoping we'd find him. So this is all still a flashback, though, because we started the game walking, like, up a hill. Something wedged under here. Seems to have survived the fire. Please don't be an arm. It's not an arm. A circular brass coin, which looks arm-like from a distance. I think it dates from the days of the earliest empire. This must have been aboard Janiki's ship, another one of his finds. I don't recognize the face. No emperor I know. No inscription on the surface. I think this comes from the same site as the book and the tablet that we found on the site of Renba's cache. I've traveled to both of the two sites. Yeah, alright. Must have burned for days. You fool. There was a tripod up on the roof. Empty now. But it looks like it might have held something once. What kind of something? I would guess, that's what I do for a living, a transmitter. Whoever lived here would have been quite isolated. Up from the rock. There must be a wellspring here. Someone dug the channel to carry water to the building. The spring is dead now, Mistress. And you are breathing the last air this moon has to offer. Ready to go yet? soon. Someone lived out here. They irrigated the land, prayed. Here, in the eye of the cyclones. Some kind of hermit? Is there a way down? Might be more clues down there. Do not believe it would be wise. Indeed, I believe it would be quite the opposite. Who is buried outside? The hermit who owned this place first, perhaps? Before it was taken from them. Two people died here. One upstairs. Renba, right? Nothing we can do here. 6, nothing at all. What I can't figure out is this. What was Renba doing? What was Renba doing finding ancient sites? Must have been following some kind of trail, mistress. But how that trail began and where it was leading him, most unclear. An inscription on the rock. Oh, no, what? No. What? I didn't say yes to that. Well, let me go back down.
Darkness.
This is not the Nightingale. 6. I hate robots. Mistress, you're about to step on a small ant. My ethical core required me to whack you in... What? Is this a dream sequence? Where is your head? Miari. What about Miari? Okay, I think it is a dream sequence. You followed me, Lexi. As I thought you might. Because you knew. Because you've always known. Not Miari. Miari would not come. She would not face me. I thought so. She lies. See, she is not who she said she is. She sent me to find Janiki Renba. There isn't time. I found something. Something that matters more than her lies. Tell Lexi there is a great darkness. An all-consuming, hungry darkness. And it is coming. Darkness. Do you know how to write the word darkness? It would help. There's an ancient place, an observatory. It is watching, and it holds the wires of our fate in its claws. How are you doing this? How are you talking to me? I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're dead. I decided it. We'll find it before the vault is lost. The robots know, but they don't remember. Someone long ago made certain they would not remember. The Reapers? Just answer one question. And then all the other questions. What do the robots know? Oh, she was I missed that. Oh, and everything. I almost missed that too. You have my apologies, mistress? I do not understand the question. It's nothing. I was thinking aloud. Most curious, mistress. You leak your internal state like a punctured bucket. Permit me to ask you how robots think sometime. We do not think, mistress. We merely calculate. It is far simpler. See if we can't get out of here. Wherever here is. You don't remember how we ended up in here? Even I don't remember how. The eye above your ship is cold. And no one called you just now? Evidently not. Strange. There's light this way. I see where we are now. Although I still don't see how we got in there or why you activated the hopper when I was trying. Okay. Where to go now? A stone pedestal with someone in it. I guess it's the one from Mercy. Did farmers from Mercy build this place? The figurine. I shall take it with me. And there's an inscription on it. Barely make the letters out. They're so small. That's not that. It's that. Something's gone wrong. I must have used the wrong words. Oh? These glyphs remind me a bit of my translation for eagle. I don't remember where I got that. Plants. An eagle is a type of plant. It breathes fire. Goddess bless plants? Work? That is a thing that you would do or write. It's the goddess for mercy, isn't it? You can recognize her by her hat. What are you talking about? The shrine itself was made of stone, but it's not the same stone as the moon itself. Is it as old as the building? The outer structure is, certainly. But the stone pillar? No. The buildings here are significantly older than the pillar. Brought by a later occupant, then. Whoever it was who buried the original occupant, maybe moving it to this moon must have been difficult. An important ritual object? Obviously, it is significantly more valuable than the goddess we found within. Can we take it with us? No, mistress. I cannot lift it, and you certainly cannot. Is the stone from Mercy? No, mistress. Definitely not. It's not made of rice. We can find where the shrine came from. Maybe we can work out who lived here. Is this channel natural? I don't think it is. Dug out. Water would have run down the channel. Right past the house. Imagine having a stream of your own. Not a bad way to live. She said something about water being scarce. Naturally, there's an inscription. Guess it was a later addition to the building. One end of a fractured fragment of text. Emperor, okay. Can't be begin, if you say so. Well, if it can't be begin, that narrows it down to 3 words in the whole language. Emperor's been family. Don't doubt yourself. Emperors here? No, the Emperor's family lived here. According to legend, the last Emperor disappeared after Iox fell. He didn't die there with everyone else. You're suggesting he came here? Ah. He pulled a Thanos. Teleported here and then watched the sun set on a grateful universe. Okay, let's see. This time, can I look at this inscription without accidentally teleporting into a box? Much better. Also, not a box. Cave. Broken fragment from an even longer phrase. Dry channel. Water. Us. I can add my translation for us. Okay. We're sure about that. Which leaves 1 word to guess. Water heals us. That will do for now. So the last emperor killed the hermit who lit. Man, we're absolutely vaulting. That's it. Heaven's vault, because we're vaulting to conclusions. Emperor's Vice were all devout believers in the loop. To bury someone outside instead of returning them to the rivers to be reborn. That's what you do to your worst enemy. The Emperor was hiding here. Perhaps he did not want anyone returning to find him. Is this also an inscription above this door? Of course. Something carved above the door. I hope that late in the game we don't wind up having to do like the equivalent of a pixel hunt where we're like, okay, there's 80 different locations and we have to go to each of them because I might have missed a tiny thing. Lintel. Oh, it's some other element? Maybe? Nothing? Yes. Nothing. I'm completely making up a lot of these rules, of course. Nothing. No. What? How? Where did Office Space come up just a day or two ago? I don't remember. Nothing reclaims. Nothing dies. Nothing comes. Maybe it's like do not enter. We went in the wrong door. A ward to keep things out. Although, what's to be afraid of out here? Oh, we had the option of opening this and I didn't? Let's do that. Not locked, mistress, but stiff. And I lack fingers for leverage. Try myself. Move over. Move over, butter. Let's see if I can shift it. Curses. I've got fingers, but I can't get them under the lid. Oh, I got the iron poker. I might be able to snap the lock. I didn't think it was locked.
And there it was, just lying there. The greatest treasure I ever found.
And I could have left the planet without it? Look at this, it's the Duolingo app.
The distant past of the nebula's once great empire.
Incredible.
It was a crown.
Should I put it on? The eagle and sun motif. Just like Janiki's brooch. The mark of the Empire. Could this be the crown of Iox itself? What's this crown doing out here? Did someone steal it? Hide it here, but never collect? That seems most unlikely, mistress. There's something written along the rim. I've got some of these words in my notebook, but I can take a chance on what's left. So this is similar to... And Emperor... Okay, so if there's no question... That's what I should be paying attention to. If there's no question mark, it means I've locked it in. This could be law. Like, Emperor is the person who makes the laws or something. Law of... That could be Empire. Sure, it's very similar to Emperor. Law of Empire. It shines. This another... I thought this was going to be another element, but no, it's not. Shines bright of scene. Yes. Wall of Empire shines bright of scene. With the lost crown of the Empire. That went missing along with the last Emperor after the fall of Iox. Could it really be? Found an ancient crown. Is this crown what Miari wanted us to find? Is this why she sent us out here looking? Renba too, perhaps. Mistress. I will have to tell her, mistress. Her motives hardly matter. So yeah, it seems very strange that you could easily miss a lot of things. Okay. Can I climb stairs? Okay. Have I... Did I come up here before? Was he not with me? Is that the deal? Locked. I didn't find any locked doors. Locked or be locked? Or both locked? Why build something as big as this out here? Who is it for? I suppose we can go. Got my crown. Suggest we take the crown to Professor about Renba. You ready to go? Yeah. Let's get out of here. So we left the surface of the ruined Hermitage Moon near Mercy, with enough new evidence to find a previously unknown site. We could just keep not... We could not go back, right? We go, yeah, I don't need any help from Iox. I'll just keep flying around. I'm sure she wants to see the crown. Well, how does it feel to want? But just look at this thing. Is it beautiful? It looks like it's made out of stone. More than a simple crown. It's a symbol. Iox's power lost after the fall. To regain it would be a sign that Iox was once more the center of the nebula. More than that, mistress. I believe the metal is a casement for a mechanism of some kind. A mechanism? What kind of mechanism? Without opening it up, I cannot tell. Does it open? Not in any way I can see. But if it does contain a mechanism, I would jump to the conclusion, a method by which it might be serviced. Oroi on Elbarath? Should be able to open it up and take a look at it safely. The occupants of Elbarath are hardly trustworthy. I'm from Elbarath. Am I? I will bear that in mind. actual crown of the Empire, and I just hung it on a chair. Oh, that's what it is. I keep hitting E, which is interact, thinking that it's R, because it says Q and R down at the bottom, because I'm used to ESDF, where, you know... oh no. In treasure there, but I don't think there's more for us to find there. Alright, so that's a somewhat convenient thing for them to say, like, hey, you, we'll tell you if there's nothing left to find there. Yeah, just to be interesting, let's go there before going back to Iox. Cyclones. 6, what happened to the river? I do not know. Looks fine to me, right? Barely sailing, but we are moving. No, we're going pretty fast. Oh, I see. You can hold that in. But why would I want to? Go out there, 6. Wait, pass control to 6? That's an option?
They say on Elbereth, if you sail too far, you'll meet yourself coming back. But I've sailed plenty far, and I still don't know who I'm supposed to be.
Wellsprings have been discovered throughout the nebula. People rely on them. No one knows what they are. Wellspring is a source of what? Have we had this conversation before? Wait. No. Where are we going? I saw a wreck just then. Well, and then we phased through the rock that was in the middle of the river. Good. Elbereth. I could show the crown to Oroy.
We landed in the dust outside the great walls of Elbereth. No one looked up to watch us arrive. The people here only ever look down.
So this is Elbereth? This was your home? I lived here for nearly 20 years. There are places in the Catkis where I know every stone. I dream these alleyways. Alright, I think this is probably a fine place to save and pick up on Thursday. Interesting so far. We've got a bunch of very different, this interesting cosmology of, there's these different places called moons that are all part of this like nebula, so it's not anything like Earth. The whole translation thing seems quite a bit different from what I thought, where it seems like, I don't know if there are going to be puzzles at some point, like a thing where it's like, yeah, okay, so hopefully you've been going around the world finding out all of these words, because here's the puzzle, the instructions are in hieroglyphs. or maybe it's just a, I don't know, exploration game where we'll eventually figure out what we need to know somehow or another. Maybe the, I don't know. Let's meet back here on Thursday. As a reminder, there won't be a Saturday or Sunday stream this week. So we'll be playing this Thursday and then again next Tuesday. So, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.